This video focuses on the assessment portion of the project-based teaching rubric, specifically on the standard, individual student learning is adequately assessed, not just team-created products. At Da Vinci Charter Academy, a project-based learning school in Davis, California, statistics teacher Natalie Blattis employs a variety of strategies to ensure that her students are properly assessed. One of the challenges in project-based learning is making sure that students are properly assessed as individuals as well as collaborative members of a team. Ms. Blattis recognizes that in addition to assessing a team product, she must also look at individual assessment, especially in a math classroom, where mastery of content is essential to learning and project execution. Ms. Blattis uses individual check-ins during projects in her AP Statistics classes.
There are two reasons I perform individual check-ins. The first is to check content knowledge, and the second is to help manage team conflicts and the struggles that surround collaborative learning environments.
Here, students are reflecting on a recent project wherein each team was given the task of creating a ranking system for breakfast cereals based upon overall healthiness.
All right, Jocelyn,
Yeah.
So this will serve as your exit check-in.
Okay.
For our project. The main reason I do these exit check-ins is to preserve equity of voice and equity of contributions to the final report. So I know that in math, things build on themselves, and it's hard sometimes to hold people accountable for the parts of the report they're assigned because you can't move forward without completing certain parts. So I recognize that you played a big role in getting your final report in, and right now what I'd like to ask you to do first is just initial the parts of the final report that you actually were in charge of completing, or that you were the primary author on. My main goal of individual check-ins is to provide support and strategies for students to use when they reach collaborative struggle within a project, and also to really just provide a space for students to share their concerns about, group members or about the project. So do you think a group contract kind of could have been something that would have helped you to be able to like have a more formal way of delegating tasks as a leader?
Yeah, even if you said just like assign people parts of the the rubric that we got for what we had to include, even if you said hey, I want you to assign everyone a part, and then I'm going to come and make sure that everyone has an equal part in this report, because I felt like we just started going on it, and it was kind of I just started doing stuff, and I expected everyone else to start doing stuff, and it just didn't.
And they took your initiative.
Yeah,
I'm going to do the whole report, and that's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think the most important part of the individual check-ins is definitely making sure that students feel heard in terms of letting them have a safe space to share all their concerns about the project content and group members, and then also giving students strategies to use when facing conflict in the future. Okay, and then the next things are, were there any I likes and I wonders that you didn't share with the group that you'd like to share with me? I know sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like how Glenn really put a lot of effort into this Excel spreadsheet. He was definitely the primary force going forward with that. As you may know, one of the group members didn't put a whole bunch of effort and thought into the project, which I wonder if he, could have exerted a little more effort. Would have been helpful. I think definitely at the beginning of the project, a team contract would have been good.
Okay, so team contract. That was something that I definitely want to do in the next project.
We could have known how to deal with it better.
Yeah, setting up some constructs for talking about problems in math. So I always hope that individual check-ins are kind of a pre-conference for the group check-ins so that students can feel heard and be able to articulate concisely any struggles they're facing with other group members, and then also so that they can bring strategies the teacher has provided back to the team, as opposed to having the strategy kind of come directly from me. Sometimes it does come directly from the teacher, but my hope for individual check-ins is that they inform the group check-ins.
For me personally, I don't think it so much helped me understand one or two topics individually, but I think it helped me link them all together to create one long process that is used in real actual used by real statisticians.
As the project comes to a close and students reflect on their experience, Ms. Blattis hopes that her assessment of the team's final product and her assessment of individual students' learning have been captured and reflected in the project experience.